Day 1, Science and Math Workshop. We were in the science part today with Dr. Parrott and Dr. Crystal. Today we did an amazing vocabulary activity, which was introducing us to some of the vocabulary words that we were going to be using this week as we go through the science and math part and as we go to the outdoor classroom. Today we did a vocabulary activity to introduce those words using a knowledge rating scale. I really liked this activity, and I like the idea of using it for any content area with any grade level of kids. For my 4th graders that I'm going to have this year, I definitely plan to use this activity before we begin a chapter on in any content area. For example, this is the knowledge rating scale that we used today, and we used words today such as biodiversity, turbidity, conservation, subsets, measurement, nitrates. There are 3 columns: know it well, have heard or seen it, and have no clue. So first we did an individual thinking activity for it and check marked individually whether we had our knowledge rating of each of these words. For example, on the no clue column, I checked turbidity, macroinvertebrate, disjoint sets, and transpiration. I had not heard of these words. I didn't know anything about them. For the know it well column, I selected conservation, subsets, temperature, and measurement. These are words that I've taught and I've used a lot and be able to teach them to someone else. There were several words that I had heard of or seen, but I didn't know enough about them to explain it to someone else. For example, pH. I had heard of it, I had seen it, but I didn't know it well enough to teach someone else the meaning of. I would love to use this individual sheet for my students to have them think of their individual knowledge rating of new words for math, for a unit on probability or data analysis. The second part of the activity was the group activity. I love the idea of using a shower curtain and giant pattern blocks or other types of blocks with the same vocabulary words on there, same columns, but the group discusses their general knowledge of rating of each of the same words. And so I really like the idea of the discussion about it, so that there's some introduction to these words before I ever have to teach anything, before there's ever any reading. Very good pre-reading, pre-teaching activity.